co-sponsors of this press conference and our activity is Gary Holder-Winfield, who is chairman of the Black Democrats Committee.
A little more than 40 years ago, someone whose legacy we'll be celebrating in about a week or so stepped forward to say that it may trouble a man to go against his country's policies, but his conscience had called him to do so. And I think this evening, those of us gathered around here, our consciences have called us to come forward and say something. So people may look at us whenever these stories are written and look at us and see what they want to see. They'll see weakness, they'll see leftists, they'll see people who aren't patriotic. But I say that's not who we are. I say that we are people like myself. Some of us have supported this war machine. I spent 8 years in the military, thinking with boyish youth that I would be supporting and defending the Constitution of the United States. But as I grew in the Navy and became a man, I saw that what I was supporting and defending were the personal agendas of people who didn't have my interest or your interest at heart, didn't have America's interest at heart. And that's disheartening for a person who went in for the reasons that I went in. And so I think that while we're standing here supporting these two resolutions, one thing that we must remember as we're standing in a time when people are talking about change is that these politicians are all now talking about change. They're all talking about the same thing. And so in that message of change, as everybody's come to the same point, I think we can see that there's not really a change that they're talking about. They're focusing on whatever is possible to get them elected. And it's that when we come out and we use our voices to make them pay attention to us, that they will move. You know, America 40 years ago was in a certain place where we were in a war that many of us as Americans didn't want to be in. But 40 years later, we find ourselves in a similar place. And so I say to you that this vote that the Board of Aldermen has to take is not a political move. It's a principled stand that they have to take. And if they're principled men and women, they will take that stand. Good evening.
Thank you.